Hey everybody, it's Elliot from Little Punk People here. Today I'm here with Chris Reifert from Autopsy. Are you ready?
I am totally ready.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this.
So, you have some records, CDs that you want to talk about? Before we begin?
I've got a whole bunch of music. That's kind of like my favorite thing to talk about. I think maybe it might be worth mentioning the if I was to describe what heavy metal was to somebody who'd never heard of it before. Would that be a good starting place?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I made a list of my top 13 just heavy metal records.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if like someone had never heard of heavy metal before, we're not going to even go into death metal or grindcore or any of that because you got to start at the beginning. Okay.
Yeah, whenever I try to show my friends metal, like I just go right into just death metal, and it's kind of they're like, what the heck? I'm like, come on, this is awesome.
Yeah, you might want to give them a swimming lesson before you throw them into the deep end.
Yeah. Right.
So, so, so here's my version of a swimming lesson. If you're like, okay, what's heavy metal? Okay, I've got my list of my top 13 because 13's a pretty heavy metal number, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Iron Maiden Killers,
Nice.
not a bad start, right? Except Restless and Wild,
Awesome.
Motorhead Iron Fist,
Hell yeah, I love it.
um, the first Black Sabbath album, because that's where heavy metal started.
That's where it all began.
You can say Zeppelin and Deep Purple, but it really we all know Black Sabbath was the beginning. All right, see Merciful Fate, Melissa.
Awesome.
That's a good one. One of my all-time favorites, Twisted Sister. You Can't Stop Rock and Roll. We've got Loudness, Devil Soldier. If you haven't heard that one, it's awesome. Saxon, Denim and Leather.
Yeah.
It's got denim and leather in it, all right?
It's what you need.
This is one a lot of people have not heard that should. Band from the Netherlands from the early 80s called Bodine. And they did an album called Bold as Brass.
All right.
Totally worth checking out. Raven, Rock Until You Drop. That's a great one. Silver Mountain, Shaken Brains. That was when I had no idea there was heavy metal in Sweden, and I found this record. Like, what? Sweden? They have metal there? What is this? Oh my god! And the cover was amazing, so I bought it, and I still love it to this day. I still have it. And then number 13, the first Metal Church album.
Awesome.
And this is kind of cool. I still have my original press of the first Fates Warning album.
Oh, that is cool.
Which I bought. Everyone hates this cover, but I actually love it. But, I bought that in 1984 when it came out, so I would have been 15, and it still plays perfectly.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of my old records. Some of them I don't have anymore because I used to want new records and I didn't have money to buy them, so I'd have to sell certain ones, like sell like 10 records to get 2 new ones. And thinking, I'll just get them again later or something, and then I couldn't. So that's what CD reissues are for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So hopefully that's a good introduction to heavy metal.
Yes, that's a great, perfect introduction.
Oh, thank you. I thought about it a little bit.
I like your picks, man.
Right on. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to begin going into the questions. Your music and your vocals are awesome. Do you like to listen to your own music? What do you like the most about it?
Okay, I will listen to music that I've done when it's brand new. Like when I get like the final mix of something, then I'll play it to death. And the challenge is to not get sick of it before it gets released, because I want to get it and then, play it and look at the cover like I do with other records I'm a fan of, because that's why I play music, because I'm a fan of music. So I will play a new release I do to death, and then I'll file it away and then work on the next one.
What would you do if you died and went to hell and Satan told you he was a big fan of your work?
I just have to, what can you say? Thank you? Or like, no, no, please take it back. I don't want to hear that. Uh, yeah, I would probably just say thanks and say, well, what's your favorite record
It's
and
awesome.
why?
I just brought you down here. I'm a huge, huge fan.
Oh, like just like to bring down like for a visit to pay a compliment and then I get to come back.
Yeah, I just took you just for a second. I just wanted to tell you that.
Oh, well, that'd be pretty sweet then. I would be honored.
What's your favorite Autopsy album cover?
Ooh, there's a few of them. Maybe Skull Grinder, the last one that Wes Benscotter did for us. That's a pretty good one. I mean, we've got some really cool covers and some really weird ones, and some really offensive ones too. But that one's just like classic horror Skull Grinder. That one's kind of checks all the boxes for me. The color scheme and the subject matter and the sheer gore and all that. It's a lot of fun to look at, and it made a pretty good shirt too.
I'm going to say that's one of my favorite too. So,
Mm, thanks.
great choice.
Oh, thank you.
What are some of your favorite bands that aren't metal?
There's a lot. I like a lot of old, like the Who and the Kinks and the Stones and Beatles and all that stuff. Um, I've been listening to, I mean, like Frank Zappa. Made no secret about my love for Frank Zappa. Or I've been going through my Funkadelic and Parliament stuff lately. I really like this band called the Lemon Twigs from New York. They're actually recent. Um, Super talented. There's two brothers out of New York, and they play like all instruments, record and write their own stuff. You can tell they're influenced by like Brian Wilson and all the good stuff that I like. I'm really impressed with them, and their new album comes out next month, and I've already pre-ordered it.
What is your favorite alcoholic beverage to drink?
Oh man, bourbon.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, yeah, just whatever. Like I said in an interview yesterday, whatever's on sale at Safeway, pretty much.
What kind of dreams do you mostly have when you go to sleep?
Um, really, really weird ones. Last night I had one about a flood, and I had to rescue my cats and get them into cat carriers and get them to safety. Just usually pretty disturbing. I don't know why that is, but usually I don't know. Is is that normal?
Yes, it is. I have,
Okay.
I have really, really weird dreams. Sometimes like it just I have dreams where it feels like, oh yes, you've been a car your entire life. You are a car. That's just
Oh wow.
like just like
That's
it's just things that just are out of the ordinary, but it feels like it's not out of the ordinary in the dream.
I've never dreamt about being anything other than a human being. Usually I dream about weird dream places. Some of them are reoccurring, like there's certain ones I've manufactured in my imagination that I visit over and over again when I go to sleep. And sometimes it's cool, like, oh, cool, I'm back here again. And then sometimes you're like, oh, no, I'm back here again. It just depends.
Yeah, I kind of have weird place dreams too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us about any of new autopsy material that is in the works?
We actually we have pretty much the new album, I think, pretty much written, but we can't get to it until after Planet Earth is right side up again, which is going to be a minute. I mean, it won't be this year. We had this plan of recording the new album last month, actually, like amidst all the shows that we were supposed to have done. So if things had been normal, we would have already recorded it and it would have come out. We actually even had a release date of October 30th. So all that got shoved to the side. Um, we did manage to play a new song called Maggots in the Mirror when we played in Chicago in March. And we did manage to get that show professionally recorded, like for the very first time in all of our years. And maybe you'll see something from that. without me saying anything too much right now, but that song is in that batch. So hopefully next year we can actually do the record, but we've got a whole ton of stuff written for it and ready to go.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to whenever it comes out. I'm probably going to pre-order it too.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, hopefully won't disappoint.
When and where do you usually feel the most at peace with yourself?
There's a reoccurring theme here, but sitting in front of my stereo, or reading a book, where you tune everything else out, and you kind of forget about everything else, which is kind of the same as listening to a record. You kind of visiting a whole nother little world where nothing else matters. So those are good things.
If you could pick any metal god to bring back from the dead and join your band, who would you pick?
Oh man, that's a tough. Um, I don't know if he would. He probably wouldn't like our music and probably wouldn't want to join our band. But Lemmy, that was a hard hit when Lemmy went. That was really tough. And I'd had a hard time listening to Motorhead for a long time, which is sad because they're one of my all-time favorite bands. One of the first heavy metal bands I ever discovered. I actually, when I was I think 13, I bought a Motorhead pin at a record store, and I'd never heard the band. It was just like a band picture, and I'm like, oh my god, this is cool. And I put it on my jacket, and later I actually heard Motorhead, and it all made sense. But I would bring Lemmy back, and he would probably listen to us and go, nope, sorry, not interested.
I've been on a huge Motorhead grind binge
Nice.
for a little while.
Any favorite records of yours? Not that there's a bad one, because there isn't.
Yeah, I would say probably Overkill is probably my favorite.
Good choice. Good choice.
Overkill. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, for these, you're going to say if you believe in them.
Okay.
Ghosts.
Yes. I mean, I don't. I've seen some weird things before, and I've had witnesses that were with me that can verify, not like apparitions or forms or anything like that, but weird things that happen that I've told some of my friends, and they still don't believe me. But I believe there's definitely things out there that we don't understand and are not meant to understand, and that's cool with me. I'm all right with that.
Aliens.
Why not? I mean, maybe I have met one and didn't know, but I mean, why not? I mean, there's a lot of space and a lot of stuff out there, so who knows? I would definitely, the one thing I would not say is they definitely don't exist, because that wouldn't make sense.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, not really. I mean, I'm a fan of your show. I think it's awesome,
Thank you.
and it's cool to be able to talk to you.
Thank you so much. I'm a fan of you too.
Oh, thank you. The future of metal is in good hands.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah. My pleasure, man. Anytime.